Test. Testing. Testing. Having some technical issues here, folks. Please bear with us. As Goff is in shotgun, he's under pressure. Goff goes down. Flag comes out. Excellent. Excellent. Glad to hear it that we are back, friends. As Goff goes down, 8:53, and to add insult to injury, holding as well as we get a look at here. Pressure coming off the left side, and it's just a four-man rush, and they just barrel the line. I mean, they were just getting blown off their blocks there. As they're showing the condensed formation here for Detroit, 3rd and 16 from their own 15-yard line. Four-man rush again. Goff looking deep down the middle, and he's short. He's short for ASB. That's not going to get it done, and they're going to kick again. And we're setting up for a little defensive battle here as we're getting some spotty offense. And again, a potential NFC championship foreshadow. You never know. I mean, these are two of the better teams in the NFC. We'll see. As Dan Campbell, the new play caller, has really ratcheted up the play action, has really ratcheted up the motion, has really passed more since he took over play calling. So let's see how it plays out. It's still early yet. 8:30 here, 3-0 Eagles. Here comes the punt. Not a lot of pressure as that's away across midfield. Nice long kick down into the 30. They let it go. There's some hand fighting there. And of course, there's a flag because there's a flag on every special teams play because these guys are on the field for about 6 plays. They're super excited and they don't know the rules. As they come over and the one ref tells the other, I think it's this, but it may be that. And we got holding. And I'm guessing if there's 8 kicks in the game, 6 of them are going to have holding. First down, Trotter Jr. with the holding. Thanks for showing up. As we'll step aside, we get the drone footage from the Philly PD. Hopefully nobody's getting mugged down there by the stadium, as this is one of the more unsafe cities in the United States of America. We're stand down for a few friends. Hang tight. We're back, sports fans, and get used to this wicked crap. But we're going to be battered with this thing over and over again. That's all right. We're just here to watch the damn game. And while we're at it, the blue collar broadcast had to throw a little -2.5 on the Eagles. We just couldn't help it. because the Detroit secondary is banged up. Pitch play goes outside to Barkley. He's got a first down. He cuts it upfield and a little bit more. He gets bumped out, and he's got 12 right there on the first play. And do not let that man get loose because it'll be a long day if you're a Lions fan. They load the box to the right side, and the pitch goes left. Everyone crashes down the line, and nice little counter there. Well done. And that's what the Eagles need to do is get this man going. The passing game is struggling. Well, you have an all-world running back there. Give him the damn ball and let him work. Not that hard. They are the defending champs, so we're going to give them a little leeway. 2-by-2 here for the Eagles. Hurts under center. Barkley in the backfield. Play action. He stands tall. He's got all day back there as he dumps it off to the tight end, Goddard. He's pushed out. That'll pick up about 7. Nice job by Hurts, just giving what's taken or taking what's given to him. Goddard coming over the middle there, working against the linebacker as they'll take their time and huddle up here. And yes, again, well documented the struggles that this offense has had. A.J. Brown, the high-paid wide receiver, is unhappy because he's not getting the ball. Well, they're defending champs. What more are you asking for? You make $30 million a season, so just shut up. As we have 2nd and 4 here, under center Hurts again, trips right, handoff again up to Barkley, cuts it up the middle, close to a first down, be 3rd and about 1. And the strength of the Philly offense is this offensive line, and if they can win the battle at the point at the line of scrimmage, Detroit is not going to be able to hang with them, and that's kind of been their MO. I mean, last year Detroit's defense was super banged up, and coming into this game, they're also banged up. So let's see if Philly just gives them a heavy dose of Saquon Barkley. As the jumbo formation is in now, Barkley split out to the left. Hurts under center, man in motion here. And it goes to Barkley, and he's swallowed up in the backfield. Well done, Detroit defense, standing tall right there. Kind of question the play call on that one. Nice work. Nowaski, number 53, coming in to make the tackle. And let's see if Philly stays out there. That's a long yard to get right there. And just a great view from the big brother view up top. Man in motion. Look at the press by the nose tackles holding tight. And then the linebacker crashing down, unblocked. Good job, Detroit. As we are looking at 4th and 2, and no, they're going to punt. As the English Premier League player comes out, 6 foot, 140 pounds, as he takes the snap and he kicks it, and it's away. High arching kick. It's going to be taken there at the 10, and he's just going to be swallowed up. He should have called a fair catch. Nice work by the coverage team there as we get some girls softball dancing going on here. 8 adults dancing together. It's almost like a karaoke bar, but it's actually an NFL game, if you believe it or not. Hang tight, friends. We're going to step aside and see if Jared Goff and his little hands can do a little something here on their 3rd drive. We'll be back. Welcome back, friends. As we get a good look at the hard ass, the coaches there. Vic Fangio, been around forever and a day. And Dan Campbell, personal favorite, the blue collar broadcast. Nothing wrong with a hard ass coach. First and 10 for the Lions here from their own 11. Got the jumbo formation in. Sends Williams in motion, jet sweep outside. He's got about 5 or 6. He's greeted there, but not after a nice pickup. About 9 yards there. Nice tackle by the cornerback there. But good idea there to get Williams speedster out of the slot. Really, really good deep threat for the Lions. Nice little player they got there as they're setting up second one. Wonder if they take a shot here now. Little play action. Let's see. As he's got the full bank robber mask going. That is quite the look there. As they go split out, single back here. Goff under center. Handoff goes up the middle to Montgomery. Cuts through. He's got a first down and about 5 more. Nice tough run right through the middle. And that'll get Detroit moving the ball. Nice look at David Montgomery. They got the two-headed monster there in the backfield, and this is not good for Eagles fans as Lane Johnson is trotting off the field, the right tackle. Not good, folks. Something to monitor there. Goff now breaks huddle, sends 2 receivers out to the right. Condensed formation again. He's under center again. As he brings 1 receiver back over to the left. Still has a single back in there is Montgomery. Play action. He looks deep and he's going to throw it to Montgomery in the flat. He's got about 6 or 7 and he's got a first down. Well done, Detroit Lions. Nice little play there. Nice recognition by Goff. He looked deep. It wasn't there. And just checked down to his man there in the flat. And well done there by Jared Goff as the Detroit Lions are moving it now. And like we said, Dan Campbell took over play calling responsibilities as he looks at his play sheet. And I think that's a Ponderosa menu, and that's not really a play sheet. As he's got 2x2, split again, condensed at the line in the shotgun. As he takes a snap, 4-man rush. He's pressured. He steps up. He throws, and he's got his man there. It's Williams again on the little curl route, and they're across midfield. And Williams is starting to cook now, and he's going to tell you about it. He's going to do a little dance and a little some of this and a little some of that. As Detroit now is across midfield. Williams working out of the slot. As we get a look here on the replay. And he lays in right behind the zone, and Goff finds him right away. Nice job by Goff to step up and find his man. Here again, we got the 3 men in the backfield here on the shotgun, the pistol with some weird, it's like wingback formation. And it's, the Wildcat is it Montgomery took the snap, and he just takes it and plows straight ahead. And it'll set up about 2nd and 6 or so. Interesting little formation there. As Goff was the pistol back, and the snap went directly to Montgomery. That's a high school play right there. But you never know. I mean, you got to imagine too that a lot of these plays here that they're setting up, they got to be thinking down the line. There's a very high probability that these two teams see each other in the playoffs. Here we go. Goff, shotgun, 2 receivers right, 2 left, sends a tight end in motion to the left. Single back is Montgomery, takes a snap, looks left, steps up in the pocket, pressure coming, he rolls right, and a short throw, well covered by the linebackers. Another thing to add here too, Sam Laporta for Detroit is out, their top tight end, really, really good player. Nice receiving tight end, nice blocking tight end. He is out. So you're working on your 2nd and 3rd. I mean, across the board, the Detroit Lions are super banged up. This is a really tough spot for them. On the road against the defending champs. It's getting cold out there. Dan Campbell showing a little whiskey nose there. I mean, he's starting to turn a little red. This is a tough spot for them. Shotgun handoff goes to Montgomery as he is just swallowed up there after about a 1 or 2 yard gain, and that's going to set up 4th down. And let's see what they do here. Detroit, one of the more aggressive teams on 4th down. Dan Campbell's not scared of a damn thing. He goes for it on 4th more than any coach in the league. And it looks like they're going to be going here as we're inside 2 minutes now of the first quarter. 3-zip, Eagles on top. Dan Campbell barks into his, we got another man down. Jeez, lot of injuries tonight. Is the big man, a lot of weight coming down on the ankle. I say throw him on a stretcher, get him off the damn field, and let's keep going. Hopefully he's okay. As we get the drone footage again, and we'll be back. We'll step aside for a few. Hang tight. We're back friends as we get a look at the two coaches, the Weasel and the Badass. As it's 4th and 6, and Detroit's going for it. Shotgun, two by two for Goff. Montgomery still in the game. Eagles showing pressure at the line. Goff audibles, 5 seconds left on the play clock. And it looks like Philly's going to audible out of it too on the defensive side. And no, they're not going to go for it. Nice job by the Eagle defense not to jump. And they just tried to lure him off sides, and it did not work. Nice discipline there. That's a long ways to go, 4th and 6 against a good defense like this. And the Philly defense has got first-round picks all over it, and they got a potentially Hall of Fame defensive coordinator. It's probably a good idea not to go for it there, as they're just going to kick it away and try and pin him tight. And again, I've said, but this is a really, really tough spot for the Detroit Lions. On the road, defending champions, out in the cold. The quarterback's got baby hands, does not like to play outside, dome team, injuries everywhere. Really, really tough spot. But let's see what they can do. Good team. So I imagine you get a good effort out of them. As the kick is a fair catch at the 15, and that's where Philly's going to take over. As we don't really care about the kick team. Good thing there's no penalties on that play. As Hurts comes out now, and they're just going to show us AJ Brown all night because he's upset. And here you go. Here's some low lights from him because he's unhappy that he's not getting the ball, even though he is defending Super Bowl champion. He gets paid $30 million a year, and the team is 7-2 in position to go back to the Super Bowl. But that doesn't matter to a guy like this. All he wants is to be the center of attention, and he'd rather look good and lose than look bad and win. And that's basically what he's about, and that's pretty well documented. As the Eagles are ready to work here, Hurts under center, trips right. They're bunched up again tight. Barkley, lone back, gets the handoff as he takes it to the left side, cuts it back up a little bit, induces the contact there, picks up about 4. Nice job. Nice tough running by Barkley, and great job by the Detroit defense. They look pretty good so far. As we get our first look at Chris Collinsworth, and his only redeeming quality is the fact that he was once a Cincinnati Bengal. Other than that, we don't really care too much about Chris Collinsworth. He's got a spot in our hearts because he was a Bengal, but this man right here is full of hot air, and all he's doing is touching his fingers and saying, I dropped this many passes. I lost this many Super Bowls. As we're ready to work here, 2nd and 5, hand off to Barkley. He makes a move, and he is swallowed up. Man, oh man, the Detroit defense is crashing down and getting a lot of pressure through this Philly offensive line. And seeing Lane Johnson walk off gingerly is not going to help, as it sets up a 3rd down here. Barkley comes off the field, and Shipley comes in to spell him, as it'll be 3rd and 8 as we tick down on the final seconds of the first quarter. Man, what is going on with the Philly offense? Team could be 7-2 with this many problems, but it does look out of sorts. I mean, something ain't right there. As that'll do it for the first quarter. We're going to step aside for a few, have a couple more commercials. Enjoy those, will you? And we'll be back. Hang tight. We're back, sports fans, as we get a look at the world's biggest game room. Look at all these Eagles fans out there. Man, oh man, what the hell is that? Okay. 3rd and 8, 4 wide receivers. Man in motion to the right, Hurts. Shotgun as he, oh, look, the head fakes there. He takes the snap. 5-man coming. Throws over the middle. Oh, and it's going to be short. Almost got it. And you got to wonder, when you need 9, why you run an 8-yard route? Just a thought, Eagles. 4th and 8, run a 4th and 8, run a 7-yard route. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But then again, I don't get paid $30 million to play football, so that's just me. As the Eagles are going to kick it away now, and I got to admit, feeling a little questionable about this Eagles -2.5 because they look pretty wispy today. As the punt is up and away, and this guy's been their best player, the punter thus far, as that one goes out across midfield at about the 40. And that'll set up Detroit with a little bit of better field position here as the teams will change sides and they're going to try and sell us some more stuff. Here we go. Well, again, the Detroit Lions, I mean, I don't think it can be understated. They're super banged up all over the place. Their secondary is, I mean, in shambles. They're good along the line, which is great, but Laporta, their tight end, is out. I mean, let's see what they can do. Let's see what they can do. They got this running back here, Gibbs, who is a the guy's a game breaker. So let's see if they use him again with the tight condensed formation, man in motion to the right, Goff under center, handoff goes to Gibbs to the right. He presses through and he's got 5 or 6 yards. And you let that guy get into the second level, and it's going to be a long day for Philadelphia. Get this guy in space with the ball, and man, he'll just turn the game on a dime. Really, really fun player here, Jahmyr Gibbs. The fantasy geeks know all about this guy. He is really, really special. As it'll set up 2nd and short now for Philly. Goff, shotgun, trips right. It's got St. Brown out to the left. Gibbs still in there in the backfield. Handoff goes to Gibbs over the middle. He cuts it back to the right. He's swallowed up there, and he's only going to get about 2. It's going to set up 3rd and short, just shy of midfield. And Detroit sticking with the run as we get the big brother view here. Again, working out of the shotgun, trips right, handoff goes right over the middle, got the lead block from the tight end who completely missed the block. And you got to wonder, I mean, there again, Sam Laporta is not in the game. Under center's Goff now, 3rd and 1, long one, sends a man in motion, handoff again, goes up the middle, and Gibbs is swallowed up right there. Well done by the Philly defense, crashing down the line, and he's going to be well short. That's going to set up 4th and a long 1 yard. And wonder if Dan Campbell wants to go for it now. And of course he does, because that guy never met a 4th down that was too long for him. As Jalen Phillips, the new addition, came crashing down the line, and Detroit is hurrying it up. Get the hell out of there, refs. Condensed formation again, all bunched up at the line, single back. Here comes, same play, handoff up the middle, and he's short and he stopped, and I don't think he got it. As he was wrapped up around the ankles and just tossed to the side. And that looks like that's going to be a turnover on downs. And man, when your offense sucks and your defense can do things like that, that's how you end up being 7-2. And that is just a really, really good job by the Philadelphia defense. And you got to wonder, Dan Campbell, I mean, you got nothing else? I mean, this guy is fast as anyone on the field. You don't want to get him out wide. You don't want to get him in space moving with the ball. You're just going to run him up the middle like he's 250 pounds. Just a thought now. As we're going to stand down for a few commercials. Hang tight, friends. We're back to Philly, friends, as the Eagles are going to take over on downs with some really good field position now. And I mean, Detroit had a good chance starting with some really nice field position just over midfield and then just go 4 and out as we get the Philly PD cam view from up above. As we look at the two playmakers on the Detroit Lions who seem a little out of it. I mean, neither one of those guys is really getting the ball. As the Eagles are ready to work here again, trips right, tight formation. Got Smith split out left. Single back is Barkley. Hurts under center again. As play action, he's got man coverage up top. Hurts looking deep, and he's going deep. He goes down the middle, throws into double coverage. Oh, and he overthrew his man. Devontae Smith working deep. And that's what Philly does a lot of the time. They throw a lot of short passes, and then out of nowhere, they just cue up this huge home run ball. And they got the game players to do it. As we could look now at the fourth down play from the drone footage over top. And man, just who missed the block on the right side? I mean, you have a wide receiver, St. Brown blocking against a defensive tackle. I mean, maybe you could dial some better than that. 5 wide receivers now. Hurts, shotgun, 2nd and 10. He takes a snap, sets in the pocket, throws, lobs one over the middle, and he's short of Goddard, threw it behind him. Goddard was working inside, and he threw it outside. And not a good throw from Hurts, and it's 3rd and 10. And the Eagles' offense is out of sorts. 3 of 10, 21 yards for Hurts. Not going to get it done. As we look back at the Weasel coach, Sirianni, no one likes him. And yeah, I mean, someone needs to make a play. I'll say this. Maybe they should try and simplify it and just get the ball in Barkley's hands. You know, just don't make it so difficult. Condensed formation again. Shotgun. Barkley in off of Hurts' right hip. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Takes a snap. Pressure coming up the middle. Hurts plants and throws to the left side, and it's too far out to the left. Smith can't get it, and that's 3 and out again for the Philly offense. And this is not a good look for the Eagles. Nice coverage over there on the side, and that's just a quick 3 and out. Smith working in man coverage up top here. Let's see his release. Just runs a quick up and out, and these guys all over him. I mean, no real separation, nothing for Hurts to do, but he throws it too far outside. And man, this offense looks all out of sorts. As the Eagles are going to punt again, Detroit showing the pressure there at the line. Let's see if it comes just inside 13 minutes here in the second quarter. As the pressure is coming, and it doesn't get there. The kick is away good. Fair catch called for at about the 20. Oh, nice effort. Not Khalif Raymond not bumbling that one. And of course, there's a flag because these guys are never on the field and they don't know the rules. So there's a flag whenever there's a special teams play. 6 out of 8, 3/4. Face mask. How do you have a face mask when there's not even a tackle? As we get a look at the flags now, wind is swirling in Philly. It's about the only thing moving on this field tonight. As the referee calls for a face mask and he doesn't even know what the hell's going on. I don't really understand why it would take that long. If there was a face mask, just call it and let's move on. There you go. So that is going to help. That's Trotter again. Second penalty on that guy in special teams. Why is he out there? So Detroit is going to take over now with a chance to. I mean, they're getting bailed out. I mean, Goff throws a pick inside his own 20-yard line, and Philly goes 3 and out, and they kick the field goal. That's the difference in the game. Aside from that, Philadelphia's offense hasn't done a damn thing. And I mean, I understand Philly 7-2, and they're the defending champs, but this is not defending Super Bowl championship caliber football right here. This team, this is a spot of bother if you're an Eagles fan here, and it's certainly a spot of bother for the blue collar broadcast laying 2.5. I got to tell you, me no like. So let's see what Detroit can do here, as their offense has had their troubles as well, but all things considered, they're in much better shape. Goff, shotgun. He's got trips right, bunched up again, nice condensed formation, man in motion again, handoff, goes to Montgomery, cuts it back to the right, back up the middle, and he's going to have about 4 yards there. Seen a lot of condensed formations from Detroit, a lot of motion, which they like to do. and they split these two running backs too. I mean, man, I think every now and again they should get them both in there, but this is how they employ it. And it's going to set up a second and about 2nd and 6 rather, as Goff is in the shotgun again. Montgomery stays in the game. Again with a condensed formation, 2 to the left. Quick throw out to the right to the tight end. And Zach Bond wraps him up there and pushes him out of bounds. That'll set up a 3rd and short. And you got to imagine they got 2 plays out of here because Dan Campbell's going to be going for damn near every 4th down, as we're under 12 minutes now. And it's a baseball game out here, folks. 3-zip. Some good defense, but really some really bad offense, to be honest. And the unfortunate batted ball for Detroit. I mean, Detroit's had some plays. They've moved it a little bit. Again with the condensed formation. Shotgun for Goff as he surveys. Calls out the defense. He's got him 2 by 2. He takes a snap. Pressure coming. He hangs tough. He throws down the middle, and he threw it behind his man, St. Brown. St. Brown was moving across to the right. The throw went back to his left. That's going to set up 4th and 2. You got to imagine they're going to go for it again. Not a great throw from Goff. As we get a much better look at it here. Big brother. Little dig route here from St. Brown. Just running straight up. Cuts it in. Goff sees him. Throws it over the middle and throws it behind him. It's just not a good throw. And I know St. Brown's an all-world receiver, but I mean, that's a tough play. And they're going to punt. Strange. And it's a fake. And it doesn't get there. Man, what a sloppy game this has turned out to be. Nice job by the coverage team to see that and spot it so quickly. Nice try, Campbell. You've been better off just going for it as they send it to Troy Polamalu's long-lost cousin, who's all hair and no game. As a direct snap goes to him, and he just gets swallowed up there, and he doesn't get through. Let's get another look at it. Direct snap goes straight to number 15 there, and he tried to dive for 5 yards from about 3 yards back, and that just doesn't work, and that's not going to get it done. And the Eagles will take over, and what's turning out to be quite the messy game so far. So we're going to step aside for some more commercials. Hang tight, friends. We're back. And I think we're going to have to set the over-under on number of times we get a wicked commercial at 5.5. And I think it's going to blow over easily. I've seen 3 of them already. And man, let's just say that's 3 too many. As Hurts prepares for battle now, let's see if they can right the ship here. The offense looks mighty, just looks really poor. They are just out of sorts. As we get a look at next week's game, and that looks like a good one too, potentially, as old Baker Mayfield going to take on the Los Angeles Rams. And that is also another playoff game there. Pistol formation for the Eagles as a handoff goes to Barkley up the middle. He cuts it up, spin moves there, cuts back, man, 8 yards. And Eagles need more of that. Get the ball in the hands of Saquon Barkley and let him work. I mean, best player on the field. Let's do it. Inside 11 minutes now. Still 3-zip, as everyone just kind of has a long face going tonight, and can't blame them. Been pretty poor offensive showing for both teams. Some nice defensive efforts here, but shotgun now. Two receivers out to the right and got the tight ends on the left side of the line. As the handoff again goes to Barkley, and he's got himself a first down, as he's going to pick up about 3 or 4 there. And the Eagles have a first down. Haven't said that for a couple of drives, as they're going to reset and do it over again, 1st and 10. And what do you know? You give the ball to Barkley 2 in a row, and you got yourself a first down. I mean, is it really that hard? 1st and 10 Eagles. Taking their time. They're not hurrying it up. As we get a look at Sirianni again. And there's that face again. Man, oh man. Trips left. Got 2 tight ends in again. Shotgun as he brings Smith in motion back to the right. Hurts under center. Takes the snap. Stands tall. Throws it over the middle. And that hit A.J. Brown right in the hands. And he dropped it. Or was that Goddard? I mean, that's not on Hurts. That hit your man right in the hands, and that's a good throw, and that needs to be caught. It's really not that hard. When the offense is struggling and the quarterback puts it on you, you need to catch the ball. That's why they pay you. That's why you're out there. It's not that difficult. But again, I don't play football. I just sit around and watch this stupid game and make terrible bets on it at the same time. Although it's looking a little better with the offense getting going here. 2nd and 10 now. Condensed formation. Smith in motion again. Shotgun for Hurts. Barkley off his hip. Wide receiver screen to Brown. He just swallowed up there. Nice tackle there by Robertson. He diagnosed it and came up and made the tackle. And he just put A.J. Brown in the dirt. Well, A.J. Brown should be happy. He got the ball. It's his 3rd catch of the day. He's not getting any yards. And I don't know why we didn't get a replay of the drop, but that was a pretty big drop. But here's a wide receiver screen, and Robertson just gets in there before the tackle can get on him, and he just beat the block and made the play. That's well done. That's really, really good defense right there by number 21. As Eagles go 5 wide now and spread them out. 2 safeties up top. Hurts shotgun. We're under 10 minutes here. Takes a snap, and he's going to run it. QB draw up the middle, and he's going to be tackled there, and he takes it. Is he down? He says he's not down, as he's inside the 20. We'll get another look at that one. Designed QB draw up the middle. Why not? Nothing else is working. No one's catching. No one's blocking. Why not? As we get a look here, he puts his head down. He gets touched, and I don't think he did go down. Nothing hit the ground. Good job by Jalen Hurts to just keep going. Oh, maybe the knee was down. And they're going to review it. They tried to hurry it up. I wonder. And they're going to take another look. The referees are going to step in here, and this is why they have Big Brother. And let's see it. They call it a first down, and we're going to work. As Sirianni looks on and just has to wonder, where did my offense go? 12-yard gain for Hurts on the plays. They're going to huddle up. 8:40 left here in the first half. As Hurts goes to the play calling sheet on his wrist to call it in. And you got to wonder what's going on with these guys. I mean, someone needs to make a play for the Eagles offense to get this right. Shotgun again. Barkley in the backfield. 3 receivers. Handoff goes to Barkley up the middle, as the Lions just condense the line or collapse the line, and he's only going to pick up about 2 there. And really slow moving pace so far too. Eagles in no hurry. We've seen the Detroit Lions run a little hurry up, but it's kind of been a slow grinding game. And I mean, as you would expect, it does kind of make sense given the gravity of this game. This is a big game, and this is a potential foreshadow for an NFC title showdown. As we got 2 men in the backfield now, again with the condensed formation. Shotgun. Hurts takes it, and he throws a little swing route out to Barkley, who he can't make Anzalone miss, and he's going to lose a big amount of yards there as he's wrapped up around the 29-yard line. Nice play, Alex Anzalone coming in there to make the tackle on the little throw out to the left to Barkley. Like the idea of getting the ball out to Barkley, but you got to give him room to work with it too. Nice recognition by Anzalone. He's all over that, and he just collapsed on Barkley. He was all over that from the beginning. That's well done. And that's another nice play by the Detroit defense. At the top of the call, we said that the secondary's been banged up, and these guys have been doing a great job today. Good effort though so far from the Detroit defense. 3rd and 15, spreads them out 4 wide. Hurts takes the snap. He looks left, he throws left, and Brown's got it. And he's going to be within about 5 yards. That's going to pick up about 10. It's going to set up 4th and about 5 yards. I'd imagine he's kicking the field goal here. I can't see how he would leave the offense on as bad as it's been all day. I mean, this guy is a psychopath, and sure enough, on cue, he's going to go for it. 4th and 5 here. Curious to see what the play call is. Barkley ends as Brown and Smith split out to the right, and they go 4 wide again as they bring the tight end Goddard down in line. Hurts, 10 seconds left on the play clock. 4th and 5 from the 16-yard line. They send Goddard in motion to the right. Maybe they just won't call a play at all. And did they call a timeout? Yes, it's going to be timeout, Eagles. Didn't really even look like they were going to call a play. Detroit wants a false start. Can't say I blame them. It looked like some movement up there on the line. Yeah, I just don't see how you can go for it there when, oh God. I don't see how you can go for it there when your offense is sputtering the way it is. I mean, geez, man. They got all the Delta Bravos out in force today in Philadelphia. Man, it's just nonstop. It's just everywhere. It's like a Los Angeles Rams game. It's like LA East now with all these Delta Bravos everywhere. Man, oh man. So yeah, I think that's the right call. I mean, the offense is sputtering. How are you going to go for it on 4th and 5? These guys barely picking up first downs now. What has he got, like 30 yards passing? 34-yard attempt. I know there's some wind, but these guys been kicking and win forever. It's Philadelphia, for Christ's sake. 34-yard attempt. Snap is down. The kick is up, and it is good, and it is 6-0. And again, Detroit's defense is doing a pretty good job. They've been put in some really, really hard spots. They were backed up inside. They were in the red zone. Right here, they're on their own side of the 50-yard line. Good job of the Detroit defense. We'll step aside for some commercials. Hang tight, friends. We'll be back. Welcome back, sports fans. As we get a look at little Saquon Barkley doing some dunk action. And I thought these were football players. Basketball is a terrible sport. We don't really need any business watching that. Just my 2 cents, anyhow. As they're going to kick it off here, 6-0 Eagles. They need the holder due to the wind. So we're ready to work here. 6 minutes left in the second quarter. Been a defensive struggle. Been a messy offensive game for both teams. As the kick is taken there at about the 5-yard line, Raymond works it up to the 25. He's greeted there. And the Detroit Lions will start at the 26. Nice to see no penalties on a special teams play. Really, really nice. Like to see that. First time in a while. As we get some Vic Fangio numbers here. And the defense has been lights out. Obviously, watch tonight, same thing. They've done a great job. Some fourth down stops. They have first round players throughout the defense, along the line, in the secondary. I mean, everywhere. Linebackers. I mean, this defense is really, really tough. Goff under center. Play action. Looks down the middle. He throws in another tip ball, and them little baby hands for Jared Goff are really starting to haunt him now. As Davis gets his big mid up there and just bats it down, and that was how the pick happened before. As we look at one of the, oh no, that's Jalen Phillips. That's the new addition, the defensive end from Miami. Had a nice start so far in Philly. He's going to set up 2nd down and 10. But yeah, it looked like Goff had something there down the middle, and just another batted ball as he's working under center now. 3 receivers. Single back is Gibbs. Brings ASB in motion. Play action again. Goff looks left, and he finds Brown. St. Brown, he's got him across the 50. He's up to the 40-yard line, and about time they got that guy going. Best player on the offense as a play action. Brought the linebackers up and found him on cross route, running all the way across the field here. Here we go. Brings him in motion. A little drag along the line, gets in behind the linebackers, in between, into the zone, and nice job by Jared Goff to find him there. And again, similar to getting Barkley the ball on the Eagles side, get the ball in Gibbs' hands, get the ball in St. Brown's hands. Condensed formation again, bunch left, single back, man in motion again, St. Brown working to the right. Play action again. Goff looks down the middle. He's got a man. It's Williams. He's open to the 10. He's into the 5, and it's a touchdown. Detroit Lions. Jamison Williams coming across the field and beat his man. Well done, Jared Goff. And just as I say, the offense can't get anything going. They light it up on 2 quick plays. Quinyon Mitchell cannot keep up with Jamison Williams' speed across the middle. Here you go. Working out of the slot. He's got about 10 yards of off of him right there. Little slant route there. Finds him right over the middle, and he's just too damn fast. Now, it wasn't Quinyon Mitchell, but that is just too much speed to handle right there. Nice job by the Detroit Lions. And there you go. Cool little celebration. I don't mind the flying squirrel. I'm okay with that. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Oh, my God. Now, I mean, they let these guys celebrate, and they take team photos like little girls when they have a turnover, but the guy can't do the flying squirrel and grab the post. What's up with that? I'm not okay with that. Give me a break. Why don't we get rid of the team photo selfie action after a turnover? Why don't we do that? Why don't we call that, unsportsmanlike conduct? Because that is ridiculous. Those are grown men taking a selfie after doing what they're supposed to do. Anyways, I'm getting off topic here. Long extra point here. It's going to be about 48. 6-6 game. And the kick is up, and it's no good. And that penalty is going to burn him there as he goes push right, and it's going to remain a 6-6 game. Bates just left it out there, and you don't like to see that. I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's some rules that I don't know about, but what's wrong with the flying squirrel and grabbing the goalpost? I don't see a problem with it. But then again, that's just me. 6-6 game. Nice to see a little bit of offense there. Jared Goff cooking it up. And actually, Dan Campbell, it's good to see it. He goes play action, play action, play action, and he gets the ball in the hands of his best players and makes a whole lot of sense as Campbell looks on and says, I'm going to make that kicker run about 8 miles tomorrow when we get to practice. And Williams doesn't like it. And neither does a blue collar broadcast, because I think the flying squirrel is a great touchdown dance. Highly underrated. As the wind is really starting to swirl now. And we got 5:05 left here in the second quarter, first half. Capacity crowd in Philly. They got all the criminals lined up outside, ready to rob everyone coming out of the game. Hope everyone locked their cars. There's probably going to be a lot of broken windows out there. As the kickoff's about to come here from Bates, and they might need to get a man back there to hold it. We'll see. We get it. There's a lot of wind. Here he comes. And we are ready to work now, friends. As Bates, the English Premier League player, who seconds as an NFL field goal kicker, pooches it down there to about the 10-yard line. It's taken at the 15, and he's up to the 30. He's got a little seam there up to the 36. Needed another block. Would have had that one. And again, nice to see no flags on the special teams play. That's 2 for 2. Let's keep that up. As Mike Tirico is still going on and on about his time in Rio for the Olympics, as he's telling Collinsworth, you have to see what is going on down there, Chris. I'm telling you, it is incredible. I love Rio. And Chris goes, I've never really been south of Ohio. You know, I kind of like Ohio. I like it cold. I like it when the leaves are down. And we are ready to go here. 5 minutes left in the first half. Tie game here, 6-6. NFC title showdown as Hurts shotgun, 3 wide receivers, sends a man in motion, and he throws to the right. And it's corralled there. That's A.J. Brown again. He's going to have about 9 yards. And now everyone just wants to know what A.J. Brown's going to say after the game and how unhappy he's going to be or how happy he's going to be. But they've thrown the ball his way a few times. As Philly going to move it up now. They're going to speed it up a little bit. 2 tight ends in line at the end of the right side. 2 receivers left. Shotgun. Barkley off the left hip. Hurts takes a snap. Pressure coming. Throws over the middle to the tight end there. That's received. Nice job. First down for the Eagles. Good job by Hurts to see the pressure coming, pick it up, and just hit his man right over the middle. Little release valve there as Brian Branch came up to make the hit. It'll be 1st and 10 Eagles as we are just about 4 minutes left here. They are just shy of midfield at about their own 49. Bunch formation here. 3 receivers. Pistol formation. Handoff goes to Barkley directly up the middle. He spins, but he's got about 4 yards there. And that'll set up a second and manageable, second and about 6. And let's see if Sirianni and the Eagles offense gets their playmakers working now. As they show us a little pistol formation, you have the counter, the tight end coming along over to the left side of the line blocking. And again with the jumbo formation, in tight, 2 receivers to the right, shotgun, Hurts takes a snap, looks right, and he throws right, and it's Smith this time, and he's got it. Now that's Dotson there. Nice job, the 3rd wide receiver, Dotson. Nice little pitch and catch there from Jalen Hurts. He's got himself another first down, and it's good to see a little offense pick up here as it's starting to cook a little bit here. Hurts only got 52 yards passing, but they've got a couple of first downs. They're starting to speed it up a little bit. Again with the tight formation, again with the 2 tight ends. Shotgun Barkley, and he fumbles it, and he drops right on top of it. The shotgun, bad handoff from Hurts, and it got fumbled, but Barkley, alertly just fell right on top of it rather than trying to pick it up, and he's going to come out of the game as we get a good look at it here. Little run pass option, and that's just a sloppy play, poor execution, but good job by Barkley to fall on it. As they are damn near in field goal range, you do not want to be blowing this up now. As Barkley goes, give me some hand warmers, man. And Sirianni's just asking what happened. We don't know, Nick. Shotgun again, pistol formation. As Bigsby's in, handoff goes to him off the right side. He's got a hole, and he's got a little bit more. Running tough down there as he's got about 15 yards, and he just invites the contact. Nice, tough running from Tank Bigsby. And there you go, and he's jacked up, and that's because he's never on the field. And he's like, give me the ball. Nice, tough run in there as they just cleared out the right side, and Bigsby had all day to run there. Nice, tough run in there. And it's another first down as we are down to the 2-minute warning. 6-6 ball game here, 2 minutes left. Been a good one. It's been a little sloppy on the offense, which has started to pick up here lately. The defenses have both played well. Good, hard running. You're not going to arm tackle a man of that size. We're going to step aside for a few. We'll be back. Hang tight, friends. We're back to Philly friends as the Eagles are knocking on the doorstep inside the 25, the 23-yard line. 1st and 10 here. Shotgun. 2 receivers left. 2 tight ends right. As he sends Smith in motion. Handoff goes up the middle. It's Bigsby again. Nice cut in there as he just runs right into Branch. Good job by Branch coming down and saying, "You are not getting by me." Nice try. Looked like he had a hole and he just did a little bit too much moving there. If he's just running downhill, he could have taken him out. But nonetheless, nice little shot in the arm there for Philly, getting Bigsby in there. A couple of tough runs as they're getting the running game going a little bit. 2nd and 3 here, minute and a half, as they're knocking on the doorstep now. And Hurts going to go under center. The jumbo formation. Brown singled out to the right. Barkley, the single back. They got Bunch on the left. Fakes the toss. He looks Brown. He throws the slant. He's got it. And he's inside the 5. Nice throw from Jalen Hurts. Nice catch, A.J. Brown. And A.J. Brown, not much celebration there. It's kind of hard to celebrate when you complain all day, but nice work on the slant here as he just gets up and just finds his hole, gets his arms out there, makes the catch. And that's what they pay him to do. And that's what he's doing. That's a good job there. And good throw from Hurts. Right on the doorstep now. 6 catches for 43 yards. I'm sure he won't be happy with that, but then again, that man's not happy with anything. So, shotgun. They got 2 men in the backfield here. Condensed formation again. Draw play to Barkley up the middle. He's to the 2, to the 1. He dives for the end zone. Did he get in? And they call for the touchdown. We're going to have to look at it again, though. Pretty close. Nice, tough running from Saquon Barkley. Didn't really look like he got in at first as there you go. Grown men doing the dance again. It's like a karaoke bar out there. As we'll get a good look here. I mean, I thought he was down. But good, tough running, man. Look at him truck 2 guys right there. The leg, oh, that's really close. I could have broke the plane. Really close play. Either way, if he's not in, we'll get to see that tush push play, which no one likes. Maybe he just, I think he didn't make it. Good, tough run from Saquon Barkley. And look at that. The Eagles start moving the ball when they do what? When they get the ball in the hands of their best players, the same way Detroit did on the last one. They bring Calcaterra down. He easily could have been called holding there on Hutchinson as he spun him around. And yeah, this requires Big Brother to differentiate whether or not that ball crossed the plane. We'll see. And I imagine it'll take another commercial break. And yeah, of course it will. So we'll stand down for a few. Hang tight, friends. We're back, friends, and sure enough, he was short. Nice effort from Saquon Barkley, going to set up second and goal. 22 seconds left as here comes the rugby scrum. The tush push as Hurts is in and touchdown, Eagles. I don't think there's any doubt there. I don't know why they haven't signaled it. He was clearly across the line. Anyone could see it. But then again, that referee there on the left looks like he fought in World War One, so maybe he can't see too good. As the big man, Dan Campbell, not too happy. As no one likes that play because no one can defend it. That's basically it. As here you go, a bunch of lines are drawing. No, it's just a bunch of men just pushing other men straight forward. That's basically what happened. You got guys jumping over the top. It's like, yeah, it's basically a rugby play. And it's in there as the Eagles take the lead. And that certainly helps our -2.5 ticket, which I'm not going to complain about. As the Eagles will come out and they'll send little man Elliott. Elliott tipping the scales at 5'3", 129 pounds. Here comes the snap. The kick is up and it's good. And it's 13-6 Eagles. They're touchdown lead here with 16 seconds left. Curious to see if Detroit tries to do anything at the end of this first half here. And it's nice to see the offenses cook up a little bit, as Peyton Manning's going to sell more insurance. Is there anything that Peyton Manning doesn't sell? That's the question that everyone needs to be asking themselves. Because that guy won the Super Bowl, and the first thing he did was try and pawn Budweiser off. Anyway, I'm getting off track here. It's curious to see how the second half shapes up as the offenses start to get cooking here. Detroit was starting to move the ball. I mean, I'm kind of leaning Detroit in the second half, honestly. The way it's looking, their defense is held pretty tough. They've been pretty game. They've been really unfortunate with some field position, the turnover. They got stopped twice on fourth down. But when Goff, had a little bit of time and started getting that play action going, I mean, you saw the result. You had Jameson Williams and the flying squirrel. You saw ASB finally get the ball. Like to see them get Gibbs the ball. I don't know why they wouldn't do that, but here's the kickoff as it goes deep, and that means Detroit's going to take over. I believe at their own 30. These new kick rules that everyone's still getting used to. As the hard ass Campbell just looks at the ref and goes, "Yeah, you are terrible, aren't you?" Jalen Hurts goes over to get a seat, and no one wants to talk to that guy either because he hasn't been great. But when the defense stands tall and the offense isn't there, that's how you can be 7-2, and that's why Philly's good. We're going victory formation here. That's going to be the end of it, and we're going to go into the locker room. We're going to step aside for about 20 minutes as Jared Goff and his baby hands trot off the field. Nice little action at the end of the first half there. Started to heat up a little bit. We're going to like I said, step aside for about 20 minutes or so. We'll be back for the second half. Thanks for joining the Blue Collar Broadcast. We'll be back with some second half bets. Oh, wait. We have a little Dan Campbell lip reading here as he says, "I hate that damn tush push. I do not like Nick Sirianni. Have you seen that little weasel's face over there? I would crush that man. And if I ever get a chance to, I will. You better believe it." But yeah, we're going to come out here in the second half. We're going to kick their ass. You know why? Because I'm a hard ass. Look at my nose. All right, thanks. I'll see you around. All right, friends, that'll do it for the first half. We'll be back in about 20 minutes. Hang tight now. Second half. Great game on tap here. We'll be back. We're back. Touch late, fans, for the third quarter as we're 1 minute in here. 1st and 10. Detroit on the move at the Philly 38-yard line. Goff shotgun. Got the tight formation again. Trips right as he sends a tight end in motion to the left. Handoff goes to Gibbs over the left-hand side. He goes off tackle there, and he's just wrapped up, swallowed up, and taken down. And that'll set up a 2nd and long. As Philly's going to change the defense up a little bit. Get a nice look at Davis over the middle. Had a couple of batted balls there. Set up the pick earlier on in the game. 1-on-1 and just beats his man Glasgow there. That's just nice work from the defensive tackle there. That's just really, really good work. In tight there. 2nd and 9, 13 minutes now. St. Brown in motion left to right. Again, tight formation, shotgun. Gibbs off Goff's left hip. Sends the tight end in motion now. Here comes the pressure over the middle. He throws to his safety valve, the tight end, and he's wrapped up as he tries to slither away, but nice job there by DeJean to take him down. It's going to set up about 3rd, and we'll say 5. As Dan Campbell, the badass, got the play sheet out as he's calling the plays now. Blue Collar Broadcast just had to get on Detroit's second half, -2.5, added a little -3. Got to secure that. I mean, maybe we could middle it, Maybe we could middle it. We'll see. We're on -2.5 for the game for Philly and -2.5 Detroit second half. Let's see if we can get that middle. Shotgun, 5 pressure coming over the middle. Goff throws over the middle, and he can't connect. St. Brown outstretched off his hands. He had it there. It was just a little too far for him. St. Brown with a nice effort. It's going to be 4th and 5, and let's see what Dan Campbell wants to do here as they are deep in the Philly zone. The wind is swirling. That'd be a long field goal. We'll see. As you see here, as they brought the 5th man over the top. They stunted them. Nice job by Goff to hang tight. And he just, oh man, I think St. Brown wants that one back and thinks he got to come up with that. As they will go for it here. Shotgun, 9 seconds left on the play clock. Williams in motion to the left. 4 wide receivers. Montgomery in the backfield. And it looks like they're just going to have to call a timeout. No, they get it off. Pressure coming off the side. Goff over the middle. And he throws to his man who drops it. And Williams goes down to a knee. Can't come up with it. And man, you got to make that catch. 4th and 5 on the road against the defending champs. That's a play you need to make. Is he running a post route on the left side? Goff throws it. It's a little bit low, but it hits him. I mean, I'm sorry, but you got to make that play. As Detroit's going to turn it over on downs. Not how they drew it up, friends. As we'll step aside for a few and we'll be right back after a couple commercials. Hang tight. We're back as the Eagles take over at their own 32-yard line. Shocks the handoff directly up the middle. He's got about 5 yards there before he's tackled. That's a nice way to start the drive there. Hand it off to Barkley. Set up a second and manageable as we are at 12 minutes left here in the third quarter. 13-6. Eagles on top. And Detroit, man, 2 passes that look like they should have been caught. It stalled the drive out, and the third time they've turned it over on 4 downs. As Hurts shotgun 2 tight ends, 2 receivers right. Barkley off his left hip takes the handoff over the middle. He looks for a hole as he plows right ahead, and he's very, very close to the first down as Campbell wraps him up and takes him down. He's going to set up a 3rd and short here as they were just plowing the ball forward now. Goff sitting over there with his little hands on the sideline talking. As we get a look at some of the blocking here from, just power right up the middle. Give it to your man and let us see if he can find a hole. Here you go. 3rd and 1. Everyone in at the line. We got the tush push set up again. Another scrum as Detroit jumps off, and that's going to be a first down. And no, they're going to call a false start on the Eagles. And this is the problem with this play. I don't think anyone knows how to officiate this play. As the referee stands in, they call a false start, and Eagles don't know what's happening. They say no way as the guy jumped. Steen there, 56, is bent top, and who knows what's happening here. They're all kind of moving. He touches his hands, and then he jumps across. No one knows what's happening. I mean, one sec here. Third and 5 now for Philly. Shotgun here for Hurts. Trips left. Pressure coming over the middle as he stays in the pocket and lobs one down the left side as it just hits his tight end in the leg. Anzalone with the coverage as he waves goodbye, working against Granson, the 3rd tight end. And he seems pretty fired up as he was with him step for step the entire way. Not a great throw. I don't think the tight end had any chance there. And is that really the option you want to go to on 3rd and 5? Is Granson